out of April. So you have the Hierophant, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Swords. So 2 major arcana cards. And I also pull clarifying cards as well. I think I'm going to do that right away, especially on the major arcana cards. Another major arcana, big, super energies leading out of March. So 2 knights, which are not moving very fast. So yeah, I was picking up on that stagnation of energy. And this message here, I'm going to jump right over here, is when your thoughts, Sagittarius, get sharp and single-minded, focus pointed, and that's like his grip on this sword is really tight. Even though his hand is coming out of a cloud and it's ethereal. The message is like, see these hills here and the water, like get yourself out into nature, mountains, stream side. The ice is starting to break up in the northern hemisphere, so the birds are chirping, the days are longer, the sun is shining, and I feel like nature has this pot of gold for you, sort of like a sanctuary, this gift that he's offering this practical earthly pentacle to the sword. I feel it's sort of like a balm to the train of thought that isn't productive for you, Sagittarius. So it's definitely picking up on the energy, like I said in the beginning of the reading. So let's see, let's go here. The Knight of Cups on the Wheel of Fortune. Your heart, I feel like your heart is a little bit weary and bruised and battered from past things that have happened. Obviously not things that have not happened yet. But this Knight of Cups, I feel like somebody is offering you some attention and it's not really floating your boat. It's not spinning your wheel in the right direction. I feel like you're spending a lot of alone time coming out of March to reassess your goals, what your next steps are, and how your values inform those goals and what your values are. There's something to do with your goals having to feel appropriate, emotionally ignited, and you're not quite ready to cross this river to commit, because once this horse steps into that river, there's no going back. So I feel like he's assessing the situation over here as the wheels of fortune in your life are turning. And I feel like you are coming up to an upswing, but you're coming out of this time period in March of some pretty heavy energies. The Hierophant and the Devil. I'm just listening. It's like you want to take this cloak off. Like he wants to be over here, but this guy is preaching to the crowd and is dressed like this because he feels like that's what is expected of him in a traditional sense. But really he just wants to be over here and play with fire, get naked and throw his clothes off and throw caution to the wind and just sort of follow his passions and his desires. So maybe that has something to do with playing outside and not feeling like your old responsibilities that either you've put on yourself or other people have put on you feel appropriate anymore. You just don't feel like dealing. I sense a little bit of fatigue. Like I said here, I feel like your heart feels a little bit weary and is undergoing some pretty significant healing, Sagittarius. And I know this isn't a love reading, this is the general reading. So do check out your love readings. They're not quite up yet, depending on when you're watching this, but I will get to them, I promise. So let's do April. Let's jump down here. So the Three of Pentacles, oh, the Six of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, thankfully you're moving out of this energy. April you will see brighter days in April. I am happy to report. And some new money coming in on these projects that you are taking on and employing people that are trustworthy and are equal partners, and maybe not equal in the sense that they have the same skill set or knowledge that you do, Sagittarius, but they're complementary in what they have to offer to your aims and goals. So you're partnering up with these people because it's like two peas in a pod type of thing where you balance each other out. And it could be a revisit from somebody that you've worked with in the past that worked out great, and then you guys split ways because you had other things to attend to, different projects, different career paths. But now you're reconvening in April, and Mercury is going retrograde at the end of March, and it will be retrograde and stationing direct towards the end of April. So that's very common for people to reappear from your past. So let's see what the clarifiers say. Okay, Seven of Wands in reverse, the Six of Wands, success. Awesome. Yeah, this line feels so much different than this line. Once you get through that last week of March, Sagittarius, and through that second full moon on the 31st of March, I feel like that's going to shift the energy for you tremendously. You're going to have more of a bounce in your step, some lightness in your heart. I feel like you're going to decide on a solid direction that you've been pondering about for quite some time, and really taking some physical, tangible action steps towards the direction of this new goal. I feel like, again, you have been thinking about it for a while, and you may have done a little bit with it in the past, but I feel like it's taking a turn in a new, better, more exciting direction for you, and it's going to pull you out of this despair feeling. And really get you excited to get out of bed again. Let's see. Let's do this. So you really want it to feel easy. I'm getting that with the Seven of Wands on the Three of Pentacles. The struggle, you don't want to have to struggle to get things done anymore. Like the squeaky wheel gets the grease type of thing. You want your projects and relationships to run like well-oiled machines, is the picture that I just got. Like a locomotive who just got its tune-up and it's raring to go and it's blasting down the tracks. There's nothing in its way and it's full steam ahead. And I love trains, by the way. I've never gotten that image. So what do trains have to say to you? Maybe you're commuting to a new job on a subway, Sagittarius, and some sort of rail system, because with this, the two sixes, the Six of Cups and the Six of Wands, you're going to find some really sweet, immediate success feelings. I want to say around the new moon, so the second week of April, leading into the third part of April, with these individuals who you are reestablishing a working relationship with. And whatever needs to be dealt with, whatever conversation or conversations that need to be had, Sagittarius, to maybe clear the air a little bit if there were words spoken or a little bit of ickiness in the feelings when you did part. I feel like you're both going to be very understanding parties and have an air of forgiveness about you, and they will be receptive, and I feel like you will too. And because there's so much more good to this person, and everybody is human, so we all make mistakes and foibles, and there comes a time where we just sort of have to let bygones be bygones. Is what's coming through, Sagittarius. Now, if there's abuse, that's a different situation. That's not who I'm talking about here. So let's move down here for the energies moving out of April. The High Priestess, the Eight of Wands, and the Three of Wands. Okay. This feels a little bit more geared towards your romantic life. So again, I want to say check out your Divine Love reading when it's posted. When you subscribe, click on the notification button and you'll get notified when those go up. Because I feel like there's maybe going to be some stumbling blocks, and it could be with this person, and it could be through that communication I was talking about where you didn't see eye to eye. And there could be a little bit of miscommunications, but keep at it. Keep your head on your shoulders, Sagittarius, and this success in the forefront of your mind whenever you communicate with somebody, and have the highest and best outcome at the forefront of what you're aiming for. This over here, I feel like there's an interjection or a distraction for you, Sagittarius, towards the end of April, moving into May, of a little bit of a confusion or, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening again, with a specific person. And it might be a Cancer. I want to say Cancer female. So it doesn't necessarily have to be love. It could be a very close friend that is giving you some trouble in your personal life, that feels like it needs some attention, or it's taking some of your mind and heart attention away from this financial and career path that you're so solidly focused on. And this could be about them. The communication, when you tell them how you're heartbroken, it's sort of falling on deaf ears with this particular person. And you're sending out this communication, you're waiting for it to come back, and it could be a fire sign besides a Cancer with this King of Wands in reverse, or this could be you. Just feeling misunderstood, and this could be, for some of you, a carryover of the Mercury retrograde energies. And I'm wondering where that's happening in your chart. I think it's in your 9th house. I want to say, since it's in Aries. Like you want to be maybe going on trips and traveling, but you have to stay put and attend to what's on your immediate plate. And it could involve this person who's needing some of your attention towards the end of the month. Because I feel like he's looking out off to the horizon. And I know Sagittarians, all my Sagittarius friends love to travel and always be on the go. They feel a little bit of stuckness here with the Three of Wands. Like he's dreaming and wanting to plan these trips, but at the home base, he can't, because maybe there's something happening with your children that are going through a little bit of a difficult time. Because I don't necessarily feel like it's you, like it's this other person that you have to deal with and give your attention to and your love to, and it's just like the communications are not getting through, but you keep having to try. And I feel this determination from you, Sagittarius, because you know in your heart that what you're trying to get across to this person is valuable. As long as it's productive. Like, don't put your stuff on them. Approach them with a clear head and a clear mind. That came up again too. I think I said earlier, keep your head on your shoulders. Get outside in nature. If you're feeling stuck in that mental rote energy of spinning your wheels on something over and over and over, and that stuckness to dislodge. Like, remove yourself from the environment where you're feeling that energy, to shift it, and when you go back it will have dissipated. Oh boy. Wowee. Comment below on the parts that jumped out at you, Sagittarius. I'm going to also pull, let's see, I think we should do an Archangel Michael card by Doreen Virtue for a quick additional message. I try to keep these under 20 minutes for you guys. Some people like them longer, some people like them shorter. You can find me on Facebook, the link's below, and also on Instagram. I offer free daily tarot card energy card readings every day in the morning. That's the first thing I do when I get up, when I'm drinking my tea, for everybody to get an energy read for the day. So check that out and follow me on Instagram and like my Facebook page. Okay, use your imagination and you'll see the answer. Dear God, thank you for granting me the wisdom and creativity to see your miracles in new and unexpected ways. I gratefully and gracefully accept and appreciate your help with, and then you can describe your situation. So he is unbounded glory on his horse. I was going to say it was a unicorn, but it's not. But the horse has wings. So maybe it's an angel unicorn.